My darling, I want to talk to you about the journey into healing. And you're going to hear me talk a lot about this. I think I shared a video. I don't think I did. I shared a video with you about how this is what I've been doing for my clients for 15 years, is really taking them on that journey of healing, and why I never talked about this on my YouTube channel. And I'm going to share my own story, and hopefully it will help inspire you to go on your own journey of healing. And I'll even tell you why I haven't been honest about this with you guys, why I've kept this message a secret, so to speak. If you're new here, I highly encourage you, subscribe to this channel, because let me tell you, as you go through life, you're going to need that support. You're going to need someone to champion you and encourage you on the days that you want to give up, or on the days that you're on the mountaintop and you want to be celebrated. So make sure that you subscribe so that you get that support, and like this video. It actually helps me when you do those simple things. Talk to you about the journey to healing. This was something that I have always been gifted in. I was a youth pastor many years ago. I don't know if you knew that about me. I was. And I remember introducing this work on a very small scale to the youth in my group of inner healing work. And do you want to know what I walked them through? I'll tell it to you. So I walked them through this exercise, and maybe you can do this yourself. I told them to write down on a piece of paper. I said, I want you to write down everything that your father is, the things that your father has done to hurt you. And I put on some nice music, dimmed down the lights, and you could hear them crying, just being honest with their pain about what their fathers had inflicted. And here's the thing, don't get your panties all riled up and like, it's not just men, it's women too. I know. Mothers do the same shit. Like, parents F up, and sometimes unintentionally, and sometimes there are just some sick parents out there that intentionally hurt their kids, and that's very dark, and they will pay for it one day. So I said, write down the things that your father has done to you. And so you could hear the kids crying. And this is a journey of self-healing. Self-healing is about being honest about where you came from, being honest about the things that have caused you pain, being honest about the things that have put you in a different course in your life, a different direction, because someone came in your life and they were an idiot and they spoke lies about you, that they made you feel like a piece of shit, that they made you feel small about who you are. And because you believed them, maybe because you were a child and you didn't have the tools and the logic that you have today, that deep down inside your little inner child believed that stuff, and you're still trying to live a life trying to prove them wrong. And you're probably pursuing things that you have no business pursuing because you're trying to prove that person wrong. You're maybe building an empire when all you want to do is live in a log cabin and be loved up by a woman and make copious amounts of lovemaking every day. You get what I'm saying? We build these whole like stories and exteriors because we never went and healed the pain that happened in our childhood, the pain that we had when we got even rejected as adults, even when we've been bullied. I can't tell you how many clients of mine have come to me who've been bullied, and that has left a severe mark of feeling insufficient and feeling insecure and incapable and undeserving of love. Nobody needs you. Your voice doesn't matter. You don't matter. That you are needed now more than ever. Spiritual alpha is a man who's committed to a mission. He is a man who has a vision, and he knows that in order to do that, that he needs relationship. To champion
I wanna be the best
your
in the game,
heart.
best in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout, and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate.
So I had my youth. I said, write down everything that your father was, and then I said, I want you to know that everything that you see on that paper, that God is not those things. And I want you to start going through each thing, and I want you to start putting an X over every single thing. If your father was abusive, know that God is not abusive towards you. If your father lied and cheated on you, or your mother, that God is not a liar and he is not a cheat. That God doesn't belittle you, that God doesn't hit you, that God doesn't hurt you, that this is not the heartbeat of who God is. And I still feel this had to happen in 1999 or 2000. This is how long ago that was, over 23 years ago. that I began going on this journey of understanding that there was something more to our lives than just what met the eye, that there was this journey of inner healing that could really bring the promises of our life into fruition, into our reality. And so sometimes it's going on that journey of facing the things where you have been told about your inadequacies and realizing that as the spiritual alpha of your life, that you get to go back to those places and you get to redeem yourself, that you get to kick down the door, and that little boy, that little girl that is still living in the past, that's on the inside of you, that inner child, this is what we call inner child work, that you as a spiritual alpha get to knock down that door, and you get to go in and you get to pick up that child who is being beaten, who is being spoken down to, and you get to pick up that child and you get to hug them and you get to love them and you get to shake them up and look them in the face and say, that's not true. You're worth more. You're lovable. You're valuable. You have a deep core need to be loved, and I'm going to give that to you, and I'm going to give that to you starting today. This is what the journey of healing looks like. And let me tell you, the beauty of this journey is that we continue to become more and more and more free. If you had seen me in my 20s, I was very insecure, still had a big mouth. I still tell you to go shove the sun, stick it where the sun doesn't shine. I still had a big mouth back then, but I was so insecure, I was so timid, I was so beaten down. And to now see myself today, and I'm still on my journey, I still have those things where I'm like, but I just continue to get more and more free. And as I get more free, I get to experience more joy, more bliss, more love, more peace of mind. I get to celebrate and enjoy being in my body and in my own skin, even when I have challenges. I've had a lot of those. But know, my darling, that you can go on this journey too. That as you go on this journey, that this actually, it's doing this work that actually gets you the things that you want. Any person who's become great, the one who has a really fulfilling life. I'm not talking about like the shallow people who are just, there's this one very famous guy that, I was told, if you look at his Instagram, he's got nothing but like all these like bimbos all over his Instagram. And they say if you actually get to know him, he's actually a very lonely guy, that he just sits in front of video games and just spaces out for hours while everyone is outside filming this Instagram life. He goes in for his photo shoot, does it, and then he just spaces out in video games. And so I'm not talking about people like that who give you cotton candy, but what you really need is steak in your life. I'm talking about the people who've done that are people who are willing to do the inner work. And as my spiritual alpha, I want to champion you, that you have what it takes. Come to me to do some work around that. I would love to support you in that capacity. But know that you're worth it. You're worth going on that journey for. And that, my darling, that you are loved and that you deeply matter. And if this video spoke to you, if it encouraged you, if you needed to hear this, let me know in the comment section. And also, if you've never even heard of this kind of stuff before, if you're like, Ari, this is new to me, babe, let me know. I want to hear. I want to say, yay, I popped your cherry on your inner healing journey. Let's do this. But know that you matter. You need to know that. Make sure that you subscribe, because that will help me out tremendously in liking this video. And now, my darling, I've got another video to support you. Make sure you watch it and let it speak to your heart. And I will see you in my next video. I'll see you soon. Take care.